Jeff Keighley revealed the nominations for the Game Awards. The 2024 Game Awards, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of year. It happens every December. It's a celebration of gaming as a whole. It's always fun. We always stream it. I will be streaming it per usual. We always stream, get our jokes off, celebrate the culture, celebrate the developers, the artists, the voice actors, anybody who contributes to the industry and is able to provide the entertainment that we indulge in, that we love. The nominees have been revealed. People are talking about it. So you know I had to talk about it on the stream and give my predictions of who I think is gonna win. Let's do it. The funny slander, yeah. When is the Game Awards, by the way? The Game Awards is December 12th, 7:30 p. EST, which would be 4:30 for me. So we will be streaming that on December 12th. That's right around the corner. We will be streaming that. I'll make sure to put that in my phone. Shout out to J. Clue with the sub. Appreciate it. Is that the, what is this? Grand Theft Auto. Let me save that. What's that article? Okay. Starting off with Game of the Year. You already know. You already know what this means. The game that just encompasses everything that everybody wants. The best of the best. Best graphics, best audio, best gameplay, innovative, narrative, whatever. The nominations are Astrobot. What? Blintaro? Black Myth Wukong. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. I don't know this game, I'm gonna be honest. What is this? It's very rare that I'm caught off guard, but I am not familiar with your game. Blintaro is a poker-themed roguelike deck-building video game developed by Local Thunk. How's it pronounced? Balatro? Balatro is a mobile game. Is this fire? I see 5 out of 5 stars. It's got 46,000 reviews. That's a lot. How did this slip past my radar? Overwhelmingly positive. It came out in the top of the year. I've never heard of this. Who's played this shit, chat? Is this shit fire? Laugh my ass off. They had no games this year. They're pulling anything. I actually disagree. I think several games got snubbed. No Dragon Ball Z. All right, Dragon Ball fans, let's not do that. We already knew that shit wasn't getting nominated. I never heard of it. It might be good. Deadass might just be ignorant to this. I might have to look into this. Catch this on a Steam sale or something like this. No, this game has good reviews. Yeah, it's overwhelmingly positive. 46,000. Do you know how hard it is to get a 5 out of 5 with 46,000 reviews? That's a lot. This game must be good. Hey, I'm not gonna knock it if it's one of the best reviewed games of the year. Astrobot is not a surprise. This one is a surprise. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't know. Somebody said in the chat earlier they didn't have no games. They just nominated anything. I think several games got snubbed. You could put Zelda Echoes of the Wisdom in there. You could put Stellar Blade. You can put Warhammer 40K. All games I'd put over this, but you know. I can't really speak on this because I don't really know anything about this, but you said Black Ops 6. Nigga, shut up. Sonic, nigga, no. This Black Myth is interesting because I genuinely didn't think this was gonna. No, actually, you know what? I take it back. I know why. Y'all want to hear my theory? I think Black Myth Wukong got nominated because Jeff Keighley just didn't want to hear it from the internet. Because Black Myth Wukong is this year's Spider-Man 2. For the people who only play Madden 2K, Call of Duty, Fortnite, but they picked up Black Myth Wukong, this game is just fucking mind-blowing to them. Even though it's just diet Elden Ring. It's a poor man's Elden Ring that's buggy as fuck and it'll blow up your PS5 and your PC. But to them, it was mind-blowing. And the reason I say this one is interesting for a Game of the Year nomination, if we go to Metacritic, let's see, what is it sitting at? When the game first came out, you couldn't say nothing negative about it. But now that the hype has died down, I feel like opinions are much more level-headed about this game. And currently, right now, this game is sitting at an 81 Metacritic. It barely cracked an 80, which is solid, but for Game of the Year, you said there's no games to nominate. I don't know. I think some games got snubbed. Echoes of Wisdom. Let's see. Yeah, Echoes of Wisdom reviewed better with the fans. Hold up. With the fans and the critics. If we go to Warhammer, let's see, Warhammer. It reviewed well with critics. Seems like, oh, well, there's only, you can't really trust this shit. Oh, wait, this is not the right one. This is not the right one. Hold up. Space Marine 2. That's not the right game. My bad, y'all. Space Marine 2 is at 82. Okay, I can understand that. That one's interchangeable. This one had 82 from the critics. 81. Maybe it's just like Zelda fatigue. And then what was Stellar Blade at? Hold up. Stellar Blade 81. Yeah, you know what? I guess it was interchangeable. The Wukong, although the user reviews give it a 9.2, critics gave it an 81. That Black Myth Wukong, I feel like this one was interchangeable. I'm gonna let it slide. Me personally, I wouldn't put this there, but I'm gonna let this rock. You could argue Zelda should be here over that, but the score for Zelda was an 86. It's only slightly higher. It's 5 points higher. I honestly think Jeff Keighley just didn't want to get backlash from the Black Myth Wukong community, because before Dragon Ball Sparking Zero came out and the Hawaiian t-shirt, kawaii pillow humping, Tang sipping ass, BO wearing niggas that don't wear deodorant, before they came along, the most annoying community in the gaming space was Black Myth Wukong. You couldn't say nothing negative about this game when it first came out. I never said this shit was a bad game, and you would have thought I did. But thankfully, for the Black Myth Wukong community, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero came out, and they took as a matter of fact, is that a nomination for biggest amount of losers in the gaming community? Because that definitely would go to the Sparking Zero community. Most amount of losers, Sparking Zero. I'm gonna let this slide though. I'm gonna let Black Myth slide. I'll say I understand. I don't agree with it, but I understand. I really can't argue against this because I haven't played it, but it has a shit ton of positive reviews. I'm gonna let it slide. Shadow the Erdtree. This one's been real controversial. They recently changed the rules to make it to where DLC can be nominated for anything. Before, I think it was only could be nominated for like best ongoing game or like best DLC or something like that. And a lot of people have been arguing that Jeff Keighley kind of changed the rules just so that they can include Shadow the Erdtree in the Game of the Year conversation. Because once this news came out like a few days ago, we already knew Shadow the Erdtree was going to be nominated. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel conflicted because this was one of my favorite experiences of the year. But to keep it a buck, it is not a full game. And if one of these games did not come out this year, I might let this slide. I'm going to say I understand both sides of the fence. And the reason why is this game, I've been saying, if this wasn't here, this is the definitive game of the year, Metaphor ReFantazio. So it's like, it feels like if Elden Ring Shadow the Erdtree wins, it might take away from this. And this is a new game. So I understand the argument. No Dragon Age? Nah. Dragon Age is a good game. It's like a solid 8 out of 10, at least what I played so far, but I understand. Like Shadow the Erdtree would go in this slot. There's so many interchangeable games for Black Myth, in my opinion. You can put Dragon Age there. You can put not Sparking Zero. You could put Stellar Blade there. You could put Space Marine 2 there. Hell, you could put Helldivers 2 there. This is a very interchangeable slot. It's going to be based off of who you talk to. This one too, because a lot of people haven't played this game. At least I want to say a lot because it had a lot of. I'm ignorant on this one. I don't know. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I didn't like all the mini games, but it is a good game. I understand why it's nominated. And then Metaphor. If this wasn't on the list, I would say this is the definitive game of the year. In my opinion, between these 6 nominations, it's going to be between Metaphor and Elden Ring. And if Elden Ring wins and it pisses people off, I understand why. But at the same time, this shit was fucking awesome. Although it was DLC, at bare minimum, you got at least 40 hours out of the game. If you just ran the main story, you got 40 hours. A lot of people got 70 to 100 hours on the DLC. Hundreds of new weapons, tons of new bosses, new biomes. It was its own game, and I think that's why it got nominated. I think the problem wasn't the Cyberpunk expansion last year basically a whole new game and it didn't get nominated? So it comes across as favoritism, and that's why I say I understand this argument. As much as I do like this shit, I think it is fair that people are criticizing Jeff. So actually, I would actually put the Elden Ring in kind of the same bracket as Black Myth Wukong, but for different reasons. I think both of these games are on the list because Jeff Keighley did not want to get a lot of hate. Because if this didn't get nominated, Jeff would get a lot of hate. And if this didn't get nominated, Jeff would get a lot of hate. But for different reasons. He would get a lot of hate if Black Myth didn't get nominated because the community is just fucking annoying. They're glue eaters. They're fucking annoying. All they play is Madden 2K, FIFA. Then they play Black Myth. Greatest. Like I said, this is this year's Spider-Man 2. If all you play is FIFA, Black Myth seems amazing. Doesn't matter how many times it blows up your PS5. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum is Shadow the Erdtree was so fucking good, despite the fact that it was DLC. He knew if he didn't nominate this shit, he was going to get a lot of hate. I don't know if the Cyberpunk community would have did the same. Well, we know they didn't. I think the Cyberpunk community is a little bit more tamed in comparison to the Souls community. The Souls community is fucking insufferable and annoying. As much as I love Shadow the Erdtree and Elden Ring, it is an insufferable community, so he just didn't want the hate. I think that's why both of these got nominated. And then Final Fantasy, it deserves a spot. If I have to pick a new game, I'm going with Metaphor. But if we're talking about who's really potentially could win, it's between these two. It's between these two. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know which one to win. I don't know. I'll tell you this much though. If Shadow the Erdtree wins, there's gonna be a portion of the gaming community that's happy, and there's gonna be a portion of the gaming community that's fucking pissed. If Metaphor wins, there's gonna be a portion of the gaming community that's happy, and there's gonna be a portion of the gaming community that's pissed. The portion that's happy is because the people who played this game knows it's fucking amazing. The portion that's upset is because they didn't fucking play this game and they're gonna say it's a turn-based anime nerd game. They don't understand it. Basically, they're fucking frauds. Basically, I predict the people that play Black Myth Wukong, if Metaphor wins, they'll be like, why the fuck is this? Why that shit win, bro? It's gonna be like Baldur's Gate 3 all over again. Uncultured Swan. Shout out to Astrobot. Shout out to Astrobot too. I'd vote Rebirth. The media does have a bias towards Final Fantasy. I would say Rebirth is a dark horse. The media does love Final Fantasy VII. Turn-based games are dying. People don't mess with it anymore. That's not true. You don't play turn-based games. Metaphor ReFantazio sold 1 million copies in the first 24 hours. Baldur's Gate 3 sold like 20 million copies. So when y'all come in my chat and say, oh, people don't play turn-based games, nigga, you don't play them. We found the Black Myth Wukong player. Now, what I will say, what I will give you is there a strong streamer / YouTube community for Metaphor ReFantazio? No. These games are for hardcore gamers. And I think what happens is a lot of times y'all watch content creators, and just because content creators aren't producing videos on said games, some of y'all perceive that is the game is dead. And that's not true. That's not how game sales work. LOL, I know Life the Persona series since 4. So why are you capping in the chat, bro? Why are you capping in the chat? Me personally, I feel conflicted, man. I want Metaphor to win. I want Metaphor to win. I know a lot of y'all are probably gonna think I'm gonna say Elden Ring. I really like this fucking game. I want Metaphor to win. I put Shadow the Erdtree second place. Astrobot's 3 for me. Rebirth is 4. I gotta give Black Myth 5 because I don't know shit about this. I want Metaphor to win too. Yeah. So that's my take on it. I know some of y'all thought I was going to be biased and just go, oh, Shadow the Erdtree. Nah, I understand. I understand. As much as I like this game, I understand why this is a conflict of interest. So I'm going to say I'd rather give my vote to Metaphor. I'd rather give my vote to Metaphor. I want Astrobot to win just for the chaos. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't complain about that either. That'd be fucking funny. That'd be fucking funny. TBH, I'm with you, but I think Shadow the Erdtree is taking it. Like I said, whatever wins this year is going to be a clusterfuck on the internet. Because if this game wins, this community is going to be mad. If this game wins, this community is going to be mad. If this game wins, everybody's going to be mad, except for this fan base. If any of these games win, besides Black Myth Wukong, that community is going to be mad because they didn't play nothing else. If there's anybody on this list of community of gamers that I think didn't play anything else, it's probably the Black Myth people. Astrobot will cause a lot of chaos. Either way, it's gonna be a funny night on social media. I look forward to it. No Mortal Kombat? Fuck no. Yo, shout out to Brody with the sub. Imagine the card game wins. That's just gonna cause chaos. Good conversation though, but the people in the chat that was saying, oh, there's no games this year, like, nah, there's actually several games I think that got snobbed. Y'all just don't play games. Y'all be telling on yourselves. Shout out to Brody though with the sub. I appreciate it. Best game direction: Astrobot, Belcharo, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow the Erdtree, Rebirth, and Metaphor. Damn, this is damn like best game direction. So what describe that? Because that can be subjective, man. Best game direction, description. Like, what are they judging it off of? Does he state right here in 2023? What up, Watts? Get on Blue Sky, Watts.
Baldur's Gate 3.
These are just the nominations. Does anybody know what exactly it means by best game direction. Let's ask Perplexity. What does best game direction mean during the Game Awards? What's judged? Like story written? I am on Blue Sky. Wow, you didn't add me, you fucking fraud. I'll add you later. The best game direction category at the Game Awards is designed to recognize outstanding achievement in game direction and design. This award was first introduced in 2016. When judging best direction, the vision, gameplay innovation, narrative execution, technical achievement, design, cohesion, play. So basically like the gameplay loop and kind of creativity, artistic. I'm not gonna lie, best game direction should go to Astrobot. If we're judging, because it's pretty much creativity. It's pretty much creativity. It should go to Astrobot, in my opinion. I mean, it could go to this. I didn't play it. I don't know. I can't speak on it. I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat can correct me. I don't know. Black Myth Wukong, I'm gonna be honest, this should not be in best game direction. There's nothing unique about this game. This is Diet Elden Ring. And we have Elden Ring. We have Elden Ring at home with a monkey. Best game direction, Shadow the Erdtree. I would say level design was very creative in this, as well as the boss fights. But the gameplay loop, it was DLC. So overall, that wasn't super creative. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I'm gonna be honest, there was nothing creative about this. This was literally part 2 to the remake. If you played the remake, you played this game, just add some mini games in there. And obviously a new story, but gameplay wise, I think the one reason why I dropped this game and I lost interest, I was like, I played this game. I was like, Metaphor ReFantazio, turn-based RPG, anime. I'm trying to think, what does it do unique? I mean, the time mechanic is unique. I would say the different animated cutscenes was creative from Wukong. I give you that. You're right. I'll give you that. You're right. I'll give it that. Okay. You're right. Same thing with this though, the animated cutscenes, that makes sense. Yeah. But if we're talking about overall, based off of the way that it described it, because we're naming 1-2 things that these games all did, I think Astrobot takes it. Astrobot was vibrant, colorful, the level design was creative, the music was immaculate. This might be the first game I ever played where like the motion controls were cool. Just overall very creative. I think it should go to Astrobot. Best game direction. Best ongoing game. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. I would personally give it to Helldivers 2. I feel like Helldivers 2 remained in the conversation throughout the year. But I do know Destiny 2's DLC was one of the best reviewed games of this year, as well as Diablo 4. So if I had to pick out of these, I would say one of those 3, but I would go for Helldivers 2. I don't know enough about Final Fantasy 14, and honestly, fuck Fortnite. Shadow the Erdtree should have been here instead. The final shape was really good, actually. That's why I say, yeah, I knew it was one of the best reviewed things. I believe y'all. If TBH not hating the motion controls, you know it's a W. Best art direction, Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Shadow the Erdtree, Metaphor, Neva. I don't know Neva. What is that? Neva. Can't forget the Bev head ass. It's one of these some girl lost in the forest with a fox ass games. Oh my god. Quintessential indie. Pretty art. That's tough. It's between Metaphor, Wukong, Astrobot, I would say, for best art direction. I'm gonna be honest, if any of these games win, I'm not gonna complain for best art direction. They all had really good art. But Metaphor's cutscenes were fucking fire. They're like fully animated. Same thing with Black Myth Wukong, but I think I like Metaphor's a little bit more. I don't really care who wins this one, but I would guess it's one of those. Best mobile game: AFK Journey, Blataro, Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, Pokemon Pocket. I heard this shit is fire. I think JG Chaos play that. Zenless Zone Zero was fire. Blataro's here. It's probably gonna be that because it's all over the place. I don't know AFK Journey and Wuthering Waves. I can't speak on the rest of them. Pokemon. Wait, will Stalker 2 be eligible? Nah, because it just came out, I believe. Is Astrobot just an updated platformer with bells and whistles like Mario, but updated? A lot of people call it basically Super Mario Galaxy 3. It's the Mario Galaxy we never got, basically. Yo, shout out to FC3J with the sub. Very charming game. Best narrative: Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor, Sinus. Get the fuck out of here. This shouldn't be nominated for shit. Silent Hill 2. First of all, this is a remake. This is a remake. That shouldn't even be there. Like, I know they changed the story a little bit, but it had a blueprint. Like, come on. I didn't play Like a Dragon. I can't speak on that. I would have to ask JG. So based off of this list, I'm going with Metaphor. Metaphor had me hooked since the demo. It's got a really good narrative. I think that Metaphor will win that one. Best performance. Yo, shout out to Booty Scratcher with the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate you. Best performance, Brianna White in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hennatel, Life is Strange, Double Exposure. I wish they would say what characters they played. Who does she play in Rebirth? She plays Aerith? Okay, so she plays Aerith. I don't care about this teeny bopper shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna assume she's the main character. Yeah, she is. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna be honest. I don't know enough about this. Aerith. Who would y'all pick for this one? I don't really have a stake in this one. Shout out to the ladies though. Y'all cooking this year. I don't think there was any real standout performances this year. I kind of feel the same way too. Like, they all did a good job, but like, you know, the performance section's a little weak when they nominate somebody from Star Wars Outlaws. Yo, shout out to It's Von Wick. Best score in music: Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor, Silent Hill, Stellar Blade. If it was the beginning of the year, I would have told you Stellar Blade. But this bitch came out, I'm not gonna lie. Metaphor probably got the best OST this year. But if there's a dark horse, Astrobot 2. Every level, by halfway through the level, I was humming the music. Astrobot is fucking fire. I think it's between Astrobot and Metaphor. Final Fantasy's cool, but it wasn't anything I heard that was super standout-ish. I think the problem with Stellar Blade is about halfway through the game, the music got repetitive. The same songs kept playing. I think it's gonna go to Metaphor. I don't know enough about Silent Hill 2. Hello, the soundtrack. What up, Ashley? Dude with the Bell Beef had the best performance. Yeah. Best audio: Astrobot, Black Ops 6. This shouldn't even be on the goddamn list. Not the game with the $20 premium audio. Fuck out of here. How you got best audio and your shit DLC? I can't tell you if the audio in Black Ops 6 was good because I didn't pay for it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga, Silent Hill 2. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to give it to Hellblade. If we're talking about audio design, like very unique and immersive, Hellblade 2's audio was fucking crazy. I might have to give it to Hellblade 2, if not Astrobot. That's the only thing I could see it winning. The way that like she speaks to you through each ear cuff, the constant voices in the background, the creaking, just the atmosphere, I think it would probably win. DLC audio, it was real. Silent Hill 2 had the best audio I ever heard. I can't speak on it, but if you say it, I'll take your word for it. Hellblade had me. Yeah, Hellblade really made me feel like I was crazy. Best adaptation: Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, and Tomb Raider: Legend of Lara Croft. Oh, I gotta watch that. The anime came out. I haven't watched it. I heard this shit is trash. The Yakuza show I heard is trash. The Knuckles show was trash. I haven't watched Arcane. I gotta give it to Fallout, but I feel like Arcane would win. I haven't even watched it. Just based off what I seen on TV, on social media, the way y'all talking about season 2 of Arcane, it's probably gonna win. I know people are like, they are in love with this shit. I would give it to Fallout simply because that's what I watched. But I believe Arcane would win. Bro, all you have to do is run around most corners in COD with your gun up ready to shoot. Fuck paying for audio. You're not wrong. But the category was best audio. I didn't get to hear the best audio from Black Ops 6 because you had to pay for it. Arcane's animation is some of the best we've ever seen. I will say it makes me happy to see that there's lots of quality gaming adaptations. I mean, we got Sonic 3 coming out next month. Arcane and Fallout were fucking fire. And I've heard this Lara Croft show is good too. It's nice to see that there's a lot of good video game adaptations out there. Best multiplayer: Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Space Marine 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, and Tekken 8. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, this might be the most competitive category. The only one I think probably doesn't have a chance to win is Space Marine 2. It is good, but it's not good enough to win an award. I've heard great things about Jamboree. Tekken 8 was fire. We was on that heavy. Helldivers 2 had a moment. And Black Ops 6 was a surprise. I like Call of Duty this year. It was a surprise. I would probably give the edge to Helldivers 2. I'd probably give it to Helldivers 2. Because it's been holding strong, I feel like it's been holding strong. I think I'm gonna give it the edge. But any of these that win, I wouldn't be upset, to be honest. Any of them win, I wouldn't be upset. Best indie game, Animal Well, Belantro. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know any of these games. I don't know any of these games. This is where my ignorance is gonna show. How many of these games are a little kid in the forest with a fox? There's one. What is this game? I swear to God, I never looked this up. What is this game, bro? It's oh no, this one's a zombie. Okay, it's an over-the-head zombie game. Oh look, another game with a girl and the fox running around in black and white. Oh my God, this one is another. What is this, a Zelda clone? I'm good off this, man. I'm good off this. Hey, what y'all think going, Chad? I'm ignorant. I don't know all the Fox and the Girl Forest games. Which one y'all think go win? Looks like Limbo. UFO 50. I have no stake in that one. Whatever y'all want to win, I believe y'all. Whatever. Make sure to repost my Blue Sky shit. Slitterhead, get out of here. Best debut indie game, Animal Well, Blantaro, Manor of Lords, Pacific Drive, The Plucky Spire. I like The Plucky Spire. That one's super creative. And obviously the card game, but I don't know the rest of these. I don't have no stake in debut indie game. Which one y'all think is gonna win? Manor of Lords? What is that? Let's see, Manor of Lords. Oh, fancy.
Hello everyone, and
hello everyone. This is my YouTube channel. It's still in early access. I don't know why it's here.
I've liked this feature.
Oh yeah, you lost me up. Any type of management, any game where I gotta manage somebody's life, no thank you. I can barely manage my own. Like put the game in awards, maybe like an early access reward or something. Most anticipated game, Death Stranding 2. Get off Kojima's dick, Jeff. This is not I'm not gonna say it. It ain't anticipated for me. Ghost of Yote, absolutely. GTA 6, absolutely. Metroid Prime 4, absolutely. Monster Hunter Wilds, absolutely. This is a great list. But this is come on. Grand Theft Auto 6 this is a shoe-in. Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna win most anticipated game. That's not even, this might be the easiest category. Me personally, out of this list, I look forward to this game more, but this one's gonna win off sheer popularity. I know Watts, we know you playing this one. Best role-playing game, Dragon's Dogma 2. Get the fuck out of here. This game sucks. Elden Ring, absolutely. Final Fantasy 7, Like a Dragon, Meta. Ooh, this is a tough category, chat. This is a tough category. I actually believe it's insulting that Dragon's Dogma 2 is in the conversation with any of these games. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care which one wins. I don't care which one wins in best role-playing game. These are all bangers. I think Metaphor has the edge, but these are all bangers. They all deserve to be nominated, but this one can get the fuck out of here. The first half of this game was solid, but the second, I've never seen a game fall apart so badly in the second half. It was like watching my Wizards in the early 2000s during the Agent Zero days with Gilbert Arenas. They would always be winning. The second half would come around and they fucking lose, bro. This is the Wizards of RPGs. And then games for impact. Closer to the Distance, Indica, Never, Life is Strange, Hellblade 2. this is what they would call the woke category. Game with the most wokeism. It's probably gonna be this game because it stars an African. Yeah, that shit's woke, bro. They making games for black people. This game is great because they told black people to make games for black people. We did, and then they complained about it. This shit is woke. It's not for you, bro. I mean, if you want to play it and enjoy it, it's cool, but like, Zoo is a good game. It is. Best content creator, KCO, Illusion, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer. I don't know who any of these people are. Does anybody know who these people are? I don't know who any of these people are. Let me see if I know their faces. This is where I always feel out of the loop. Okay, that's what he doing? Okay. Hey, yo. Elijah Wan, is that how you say his name? I don't know who that is. Technical gamers. I don't know who that is. Typical gamer. I wonder what number we need TBH up there. You niggas say that shit every year. Hey, let's start with this, chat. Let's start with this. When I drop a video, share and hit the like button. That's all I need y'all to do. Every year the Game Awards come around, we get to this category, we need TBH up there. All right, bro, cut it out. My personality isn't conducive to this. Oh, VTuber. My personality is not conducive to this shit. I will never be mainstream. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm okay with that. I don't want to be. I don't want people breaking down every little thing that I say. You gotta want it. I don't want it. That's the thing. I don't care about being popular. As long as I can pay my bills, I'm good. I think a lot of times what people do in life is they project what they want for themselves onto you. And then they call you a failure, failing to realize that's not what you want with your life. Shout out to best action adventure game: Astrobot, Prince of Persia, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. It's either going to be Zelda, Prince of Persia, or no, it's going to be Astrobot. It's going to be either Astrobot or Zelda. But I'm happy to see Prince of Persia at least got a nomination. It's solid. This category is weird. Yeah, isn't Silent Hill 2 a horror game? That's not action adventure. I don't know why Star Wars is on this list. Ubisoft has had a rough year, chat. When they just get nominated for something so they can feel good? They need to get their spirits boosted. Best action: Wukong, Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Space Marine 2, Stellar Blade. If we're just talking best pure action, this is actually a competitive one. I'm not gonna lie, when I hear best action off the top of my head, my brain goes to Space Marine 2, actually. Like, just the sheer amount of shit and action that was on the screen, I feel like it goes to Space Marine 2. But if you want to argue for Helldivers 2, you can. It was a lot of really cool shit. Dropping hammers of dons on aliens and stuff like that. Black Ops 6's Omni movement was cool action. Stellar Blade brought sexy and action. And I mean, Wukong, it had its moments. This is actually a tough one. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where this is gonna go. If we're talking pure popularity, it'll go between Helldivers and Black Myth. But if we're talking quality of game, I don't know. The funny thing is you're spending more time on the categories than Jeff did during the actual awards. You know that nigga Jeff don't play no games. He just eat Doritos and drink Mountain Dew and run his mouth. He runs the show, so he probably doesn't have a lot of time. To be fair to him, he probably doesn't have a lot of time to play a lot of these different games. He probably gets it in when he can. But from my understanding, he pays out of pocket for the show. This is his baby, and that's why there's so many ads during it. So you have to think about it. That's something that you don't just plan overnight. He's planning all year for that shit. So he probably doesn't really have a lot of time to really speak in detail about the games that are nominated. But he probably keeps his finger on the pulse so he knows what's going on in the space, if that makes sense. Because for those you don't know, the joke in the industry always is, when you work in the gaming industry, you'll spend more time talking about games than actually playing them because you don't have the time to do X, Y, and Z. What did you do? Hi. Best fighting game: Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, banger. Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, banger. Multiverses, what? What are you doing here? And Tekken 8. This is just a collection, so it's out of there. It's between Tekken 8, Grand Blue Fantasy, and Dragon Ball, but I'm gonna be honest, this is a niche game, so it's a good game. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game. I'm not saying it's bad, but y'all know this shit is a popularity contest, so it's between Dragon Ball and Tekken 8, in my opinion. And if you're gonna ask me who I think should win, Tekken 8, because Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is not a real fighting game anyway. Y'all want to bring that article up? Was that 90% of the player base lost? That's crazy. I don't understand how you can win best fighting game when the majority of the community stopped playing it. You're gonna piss off the Dragon Ball fans? Who cares? They stink. And I'm not even talking about their attitude. I mean, I am, but I'm talking about they literally stink. Y'all remember the SpongeBob meme where he walks through the door? Bad breath. This is why I'll never be mainstream. I'm a fucking asshole. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. Y'all know this meme where SpongeBob walks through with the stank breath? That's the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero community right there. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Ultra Instinct. These niggas obsessed with ultra masculine, super buff, broly ass niggas because that's not what they are in real life. Teleport. Oh shit! You want to play Spiking Zero? Just hyper masculine all over the place. Like, bro, take a shower, dude. Yeah, ultra instinct stink, right? They fucking stink. My dog smells better than you. Let them know I bathe you regularly. That's why you so handsome. So handsome, yeah. Lick your lips for the bad bitches. There might be some bad bitches in the chat. Don't kiss me. Get out of here. We don't do that. The Vanish War, the fourth great Vanish War. Innovation. You know what? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero will win this year, giving TBH the biggest W of the year because I was right, bitch. Innovation and accessibility. Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age Veilguard, Prince of Persia, and Star Wars Outlaws. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know what any of these games did for people who need those accessibility features because primarily they don't affect me. I'm ignorant on this, so I can't speak on that. Does anybody use features in this game? Can anybody educate me? Honestly, I don't know about. Yeah, I don't like. This is a very niche category. I think it's cool that they do this because this is an important thing. I do know in shooters they have like features that help you see better, like the colors and stuff like that. But outside of that, I don't know too much about it. Diablo 4, less clicks. Gotcha. Okay, I can't speak on that. I can't speak on that. Is DBC this year's Spider-Man? DBZ and Black Myth Wukong, I think. I use the Elon chip in my brain to play some Dragon Age. All right, buddy. Best community support. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. I think Helldivers 2 will win Best Community. This is Dragon Age's only nomination. Innovation. No, I think I saw something else Dragon Age was up for. Let me see. Dragon Age. I see 2. It comes up twice. Oh, no, you're right. It might be. You're right. I thought I saw it somewhere else. So many free updates. True. Best family game. Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, the Nintendo section, Super Mario Jamboree, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and Plucky Spire. Just call it the Nintendo section. My thing is Zelda really a family game? Like, yeah, it's rated E because there's not like excessive violence, but in my opinion, Zelda's never been a kid's game. Zelda, who played Zelda? That shit is full of hard ass puzzles. That shit is not for kids, bro. It's called the fucking Nintendo. This is a kid's game. It looks like a kid's game, but I haven't played it. It looks good though. Astrobot is a kid's game. I feel like it should go to Astrobot. I don't know why that nominated for anything. Hard ass puzzles and that shit, bro. What kid is playing that? Best sim strategy game: Age of Mythology, Frostpunk 2. Kanutsugami Path of the Goddess, Mana Lords, which I don't play a lot of strat games. What y'all think gonna win? I see Ethos playing a lot of Frostpunk too. I know nerds like that shit. Astrobot Sweep. What are the nerds playing? Overlord, Unicorn Overlord. I don't have a stake in this. Whatever y'all want to win, I'm gonna respect it. Best sports and racing game. I hate that they put this together. What are you doing? Hold up, yo. He's being a little fat ass, bro. I left a bowl on my fucking living room table. This nigga hopped on the couch and then like extended his paw and neck out because it's in the middle of the table. He was trying. He was licking the bowl. Like, bro, if you don't get your little fat ass on, I heard him knock it down. He was trying to get the residue, whatever was left in there. Like, bro, if you don't get your little fat ass on, I respect the dogs. Yo, shout out to Gamer Word. Sounds like my dog. Let's see. Best sports game, F1 24. Is that racing? That's like F1 racing, right? Or Formula One, I mean. I don't know shit about this. EA Sports FC. I heard that shit is ass, the new FIFA. 2K25, it started off cool, but it's kind of in an ass state. The community hates it right now. Typical 2K year for those who didn't play it. It actually started off pretty good. It had a couple things they needed to fix. But the community started bitching and they changed a lot of core elements like the shooting. And now the game's ruined. Community ruined it again. Top spin 2K25 and then WWE. I don't really play games with naked niggas and baby oil, so I'm gonna give it a top spin. I know out of all these games, a lot of people love top spin. I like top two, so just now before marriage. Best VR game, who cares? Best esports game, who fucking cares? Best esports athlete, who cares? Best esports team, who fucking cares? Like, most famous broke nigga, most famous broke team, who cares? Who cares? Esports is dead. It's been dead. They don't make no money. Who cares? You guys killed gaming just to be broke. You catch a $2,000 flight to go make $1,000. You're broke. Evo is the only esport that matters. And you know why? It's grassroots. It happens once a year. Great storylines. Also, it's fun to watch. League of Legends is not fun to watch to me. I'm good off that. Most famous broke dude rather work at 9 to 5. Sorry, I came in late. What was your game of the year? I'm surprised it was at the top of the article. Me personally, I said I would give it to Metaphor. But don't be surprised if Shadow the Erdtree takes it. But like, just to be fair, because it's a new game, I'd give it to Metaphor. But you said you didn't like the Dragon Ball contest? No, thank you. Shout out to the 800 we got up in here. No, thank you. So yeah, that's the Game Awards. Actual Game Awards show is going down December 12th. Matter of fact, let me write that in my phone so I don't forget. Let's see, Game Awards. I will live stream it per usual. We're gonna have a good time. Me and all the boys shooting the shit, talking shit, celebrating gaming. I put it in my phone so I don't forget. I can't wait for this. Yeah, y'all, you already know we're gonna slander. We're gonna keep count of how many Blazer and Jing combos we get. We're gonna see how long Jeff Keighley sucks Kojima's dick. Last year he did it for 10 minutes. Maybe he can go for 15, break a world record. Just slop that up in front of millions. Yo, shout out to Izzy with the sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, he might do a backflip on it this time. Oh shit! I predict there will be a 20-minute stage demo of fucking Death Stranding 2, and we all gonna go to sleep. Other Game Award news. I already read this. So one thing that's really cool that's going on with the Game Awards is Amazon will be having deals. As part of a multifaceted collaboration, Amazon launched a dedicated Game Awards HUD page, amazon.com/The Game Awards. This special page will be updated with deals and offers on video game software, hardware, and accessories from now until December 31st, 2024, including the nominees and participating games. So basically, the games that show up during the Game Awards, all the nominees, there's going to be deals going on. Also, for those who don't understand why the Game Awards is so important, it's not just about celebrating the culture. Also, there is something to win out of this. If you win Game of the Year, your sales on your game is going up. It most likely already sold well, but people who are on the fence, people who don't know a lot about gaming, it gets you in the conversation in like the greater zeitgeist of like mainstream media. Because I know for a fact last year when Baldur's Gate 3, anybody who played games last year, you knew Baldur's Gate 3 was going to win Game of the Year. Matter of fact, I think that was the last game that I played last year because honestly, I wasn't that interested in it. I didn't know anything about Baldur's Gate. I think I had Star Wars Jedi Survivor at number 1 for me. And I had beat every major game that year. And then it was like July. I had free time. So I was like, you know what? Let me circle back. I tried Baldur's Gate 3. I knew within like 5 hours. I was like, I get it. I was like, yeah, this is Game of the Year. I was happy that I went back and tried it. And after Baldur's Gate 3 won, it saw a boost in sales. I saw so many TikToks of people like, yo, I don't really do this turn-based shit, but I get it. And that made me happy. I love that shit. Like, yo, I love when people come in my chat and they'll be like, yo, I've heard you talk about Mass Effect so much. I'm really not into these type of games, but I've been playing it. I get it. It don't got to be your game of the year, but it gets people to try new things, and that helps developers. It helps our studio stay alive and shit like that. Elden Ring might win again. It could. It could. Baldur's Gate 3 was my first turn-based game, and I loved it. Yeah, so like it's good for generating. It's good publicity basically for everybody, being at least a nominee. Do you plan on playing PoE 2 when it drops? I don't even know what that is. Just remember, chat, that these awards aren't serious. So yeah, that too. Never forget, these are all opinions. These are all opinions, except for Sonic fans. You guys tried to rig it last year and cheat. It's all opinions. None of it's factual. At the end of the day, it's just games. It doesn't matter that much. Path to Exile 2. I don't know anything about Path to Exile. What I do know is PS5 Pro owners are complaining that some Pro enhanced games look worse. Now, I remember it's time to do another edition of TBH was right. Another thing I was right about is during the podcast, and as well as on this stream, Gaming Illuminati podcast, but also on the stream, I talked about, you know, PS5 Pro looks cool, but temper your expectations. A lot of people got their hopes and dreams up in the PS5 Pro saying for $700, you're going to get something comparable to like a $1,500 PC. I saw this all over Twitter. There were a lot of people who put their hopes and dreams in this new console. Not PS4 niggas, because we know you can't afford one, but everybody else. And I said, I read the gigawatts on that spec sheet. I read the gigawatts, and there was definitely a significant boost in GPU hardware, but there was not in the CPU. And anybody who's ever built a PC, you know, you need an equally yoked CPU and GPU. If you don't have that, one's gonna have to compensate for the other, and it's called bottlenecking. The spreadsheet came out. They said the GPU on the PS5 Pro was 60% more powerful than the PS5, but they kept the CPU the same. I said that shit is gonna be a $700 ripoff. They would have been better off making the PS5 Pro have 35% more powerful GPU and 35% more powerful CPU, so they can work together. Okay. People said I didn't know what I was talking. Go read the comment section in the last podcast. You guys are fucking idiots. You don't know anything. Yo, Sony ponies are the fucking worst. All fanboys are terrible, but Sony ponies are the worst, man, because they swear they're the smartest in the room. And let me tell you something. If you walk in the room and you just think you're the smartest in the room, you're most likely not. You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. Sony's got our back. Sony's got our back. Okay. My bad. I just only been building PCs for the last 10 years. My bad. News has come out that I was right. I was right. The PS5 Pro, it is an upgrade, but is it worth $700? I don't know. There are reports coming out that the thing is running worse than the PS5. Oh shit. The PS5 Pro is amateur. So let's read along. PS5 Pro owners complain that some Pro enhanced games look worse than the PS5. Reports are suggesting that Silent Hill 2 and Star Wars Jedi Survivor, two games that are marked as PS5 Pro enhanced on the PlayStation Store, actually perform worse in their enhanced version than they did on the base model. Players on the Silent Hill 2 Reddit have been complaining for more than a week that even though the game is apparently PS5 Pro enhanced, it still has options for quality and performance graphics options. It claimed that the quality mode still runs at 30 frames per second with no noticeable improvements, while performance mode now has an odd shimmering effect on some surfaces. It's been suggesting that the shimmering may be a result of the PlayStation's Spectral Super Resolution, which is an upscaling technology used by the PS5 Pro, and that it's working incorrectly with this particular game. This is another reason we knew this shit wasn't going to be what we thought it was going to be. Anytime somebody comes out and says our console is going to run 8K with our AI upscaling technology, that's not real 8K. You guys, listen. All right, I got a picture. Here's this thumbnail. Let me show y'all what this AI upscaling does for people who don't get it. I'm going to break it down really simple for the Sony ponies and Xboxes, okay? It's going to be real 8K for $700. I am creating an image, a blank image at 1080p. Oh wait, no, back. Let me do 8K. First of all, what the fuck is the dimensions for 8K? What's the dimensions for 8K? All right, we need that. Jesus Christ, hold up. 7,680 times 430 20. It's time to be an asshole. All right, we just made a blank 8K image. All right, here's a thumbnail from my latest video about P. Diddy on my I'm Just Saying channel. Go check it out if you haven't already. All right, remember, this image is 8K. This thumbnail I made is 1080p. So with Sony's advanced upscaling AI, it's taking this 1080p and it's doing this. You see how it went? You see how it went from clear to this? And now it's all pixelated? That's what that shit is. That's what it is. It's not real. So when anytime they talk about some goddamn upscaling AI shit, who gives a fuck? How does it run in 1080p, 1440p? That's all I need to know. Does it run better? Does it run better? And it turns out it doesn't. Hold up. I'm already done that shit. It turns out it doesn't. That's too much Diddy? Yeah, too much Diddy for me. One video shows the player switching to performance mode mid-game, which immediately makes the shimmering effect appear, most notably on the puddles. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at this shit. I didn't know you had that upscaling technology. Let's see what this shit look like. 1080p. All right, he's switching it right here. Diddy upscaled. We're putting it on performance. Ew. Yeah, you can see it. Y'all see that right there? That's not compression. That's the game. Y'all pay $700 for this shit. That PS5 Pro saying, Sony, why did you do this to me? Why did you put all the power in the GPU? Yeah, if I could break it down even simpler for y'all. These niggas at Sony took, I don't know, what's like a mid-tier car? I don't know. They took a Honda Coupe. And I'm trying to think, how do I explain this? Fuck it. It sounded like the black kid from Malcolm in the Middle. It looks like it was raining. Nah, it's like particle effects. The PSR though, the PSR. What's the other example? Didn't they sell out too? Yeah, my dumbass bought one. I didn't even take it out the goddamn box. Let's see, PlayStation VR. You forget that the power of the SSD. Do they have an actual, bro, I'm not watching a 25-minute video about this shit. Oh, here we go. Performance mode on the PS5 Pro and the PS5. They took a Honda Coupe and put a V8 with a turbo in it and didn't change nothing else. That's what I was getting at. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Looks the same to me. Well, looks about the same to me. Digital Foundry made 10 videos about it. To be fair, I mean, this is what their channel's about, the technical stuff. McKinsey suggested that the issue is almost certainly down to the way the PSVR upscale the image. Like other upscaling algorithms, the PSVR takes a game's existing rendered image and uses machine learning to attempt to fill in the missing details and present the game at a higher resolution. If you're not following, it's fake. It's not real 4K. It's not real 8K. It's fucking fake. I'm not saying don't get a PS5 Pro, especially if you have if you don't have a PS5. That's the only way I would recommend the PS5 Pro. If you don't have a PS5 and you have disposable income, go for the PS5 Pro. But if you have a PS5 right now and you're balling on a budget, I don't see a reason to spend $700. It's guessing using AI. I don't see a reason to spend money on it. I bought a new GPU instead. Me too. Shout out to the 4080 Super. All PS4 niggas come to the front. I know we just had a whole conversation about advanced technology and the PS5 and all that other stuff. I know you guys are watching, especially on Hokage Highlights. There's a lot of PS4 niggas in the comment section. You guys are probably giggling. See, this is why I'll never get a PS5. There's no fucking difference. Nope. I'm done cracking jokes about the PS5 Pro. PS4 niggas come to the front. We got some jokes for you. This is an inclusive stream because remember, I'm a PS4 racist. I'm PS4 prejudice. Let's see what else is going on in the PS4 community.
Engine start, no problem. 5 minutes. Tidin, problem, engine kaput.
People are putting their homes at risk. They're putting...
Tidin, problem, engine kaput.
By the way, this is to run Fortnite.
No problem.
This is to run Fortnite. This nigga is an arsonist.
5 minutes.
He said it took 5 minutes. You know how in the wintertime you got to heat up your car before you go to work? You got to turn your car on for 5-10 minutes, heat up the engine. They got to do this with the PS4 to play Fortnite. And the crazy part is, I don't even think he playing the latest. This nigga playing season 2 of Fortnite, bruh. He didn't even update the shit, bruh. This is crazy. This is the Samsung. Yeah. I might have to call Joe Biden and tell him, like, yo, Joe, you remember when the Samsung phones was blowing up on planes? I got some insider tips for you. You know the PlayStation 4? That old piece of shit? Yeah. Don't ban those. Tell the TSA to ban those. We need a nationwide ban on PS4s on planes because they can blow it up. Thank you, TBH. Thank you. No problem, Mr. President. No problem. This on TikTok? Yeah, you want the link? What, you finna send this to your PS4 friend? Here. No problem, Mr. President. I'm here to defend the Constitution. You really could cook some eggs on that bitch? What's the name? You could cook a burger on it. I uploaded a video. Go to Hokage Highlights, youtube.com/Hokage Highlights. They finna put a tariff on the PS4. One second, y'all. Oh shit. Other rumors out there. Dark Souls 3 remaster is in development, it claims. Rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. Shout out to the 900 people we got in here. If you're new, hit the follow button. From Software is set to bring back its best-selling Dark Souls game for a new audience. According to a new claim, Dark Souls 3 is getting the remaster treatment from the studio. The report comes from a known leaker, Nick Baker, who made the reveal during the latest episode of the Xbox Era podcast. A lot of people will probably file this under "this was obvious," he said. What I heard is that we are getting a Dark Souls 3 remaster. Baker hinted that he had more information on the remaster, but wasn't allowed to pass that on. One aspect was regarding resolution and frame rate, where Nick believes there will be more than just 1080p 60 FPS in the original game. If this is true, I'll probably buy it because I didn't play Dark Souls 3. We'll do a Dark Souls 3 stream. I'll buy it if they do remaster it. Question though, for people who did beat Dark Souls 3, why do y'all feel like they would remaster this? Because I mean, this is still a fairly recent game, right? Why do you feel like they would remaster this instead of other games? You still take donations? Yeah. The donation link should be below the video player. I still haven't set up my bot. Or you can hit the Cash App. It'll appear on the screen at some point. I think it's $, the Black Hokage 08. It came out in 2016, so it's been about 10 years. Almost. But yeah, I would buy it just because I haven't played it before. But also, where's the new games at? Where's Sekiro 2 at? Just keep in mind, it's a rumor. Another rumor, Back 4 Blood 2 is in development. In 2021, Turtle Rock Studios launched Back 4 Blood, a spiritual successor to the acclaimed zombie franchise Left 4 Dead. It wasn't good, by the way. Created by some of the studio's original developers. That's what made it sad that it wasn't good. While the game received mixed reviews, it still attracted a large player base. At the beginning of 2023, Turtle Rock announced the end of updates for Back 4 Blood and shifted development resources to the next project, sparking speculation about what it could be. The most straightforward assumption to make was a sequel to Back 4 Blood, a theory supported by hints found in a job listing. Now we can add more fuel to the theory as we found intriguing information that can confirm the existence of this title. This information comes from the resume of actor stuntman Jesse Hutch, who worked on motion capture for the first game. In his resume, alongside other games like Dead by Daylight and Gears of War 4, a project titled Gobi 2 can be found listed under Turtle Rock Studios, a project that seems to be Back 4 Blood 2. Do y'all care? I remember I played this. This shit was super underwhelming. I got to see some gameplay before I get excited. Why wouldn't they just remake Left 4 Dead? They probably don't own the IP. I would imagine Valve owns the IP for that. So they probably had to make a spiritual successor. I think the better question is, why did the spiritual successor suck if you made the original game? Same thing happened with the Dead Space. What was that shit? Callisto Protocol. I don't know what that is. And Mighty Number 9. What is that with like spiritual remakes? They just cannot get it right. That, and they said they don't want to. Yeah, they don't own the IP. Yeah. Somebody linked this earlier in the chat. Rumor, Rockstar delayed Grand Theft Auto's trilogy patch by former developer for 2 years. Is about the remaster, nigga? I don't care. Why you link this shit, bro? Who the fuck is playing that? I do not care. They try to do too much. We going in the sub box. You getting on the game tonight? Yeah, I'm about to. After I go in the sub box for a little bit. Discussing films. Yeah, we do not care. A mysterious Spider-Verse logo is being set up in Chelsea, New York, with some fans speculating that it may be for Beyond the Spider-Verse's announcement. Oh. Oh, a little Spidey leak. I mean, we know it's coming. We know it's coming. Got any PS4 slander? Yeah, you just missed it. You just missed it. I'm excited. Let's see. Subscriptions. Kingdom Come. We don't care. I don't really see anything. MLB Rivals. Is this a new game? I was so mad they didn't drop this year after a cliffhanger like that. I feel it. I feel it. My Hero Ultra Rumble Season 8. What? I didn't know that game was still on. I don't see nothing interesting, y'all. Scarlet Pokemon, Horizon Zero. I love how the internet loves to pick and choose. I saw an article about this game. Apparently, this game sold like dog shit. Steam, DB, Horizon, Lego. Well, let me see. Lego Horizon Adventures. Let's see. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad game. It looks okay. I'm just not interested in it. It looks like another Lego game. The reason I want to bring this up, I saw this in a video earlier. This game sold like dog shit. And apparently Sony is not happy about it. The reason I want to bring this up is I just want to remind everybody how the internet loves to pick and choose what they like to shit on and be mad about. Freaking Concord wasn't a bad game. It was like a 6 or a 7. That shit had 2,000 fucking players on it. Niggas took screenshots and just shat on it all month until it died. This game comes out, this shit got 80 players on it. Do you see people doing screenshots? It's just to remind you, do people really care about these games? Are we really having a conversation about the quality of the product, or do people just farm and engage shit? I'm just trying to figure out what's the consistency. Look at this shit. This shit is dead, bro. It's the Walkmine virus. What is this, Fear the Deer? You need the PSN login, limits countries. James Gunn's Lanterns will release around the same time as Supergirl in June 2026. Until I see a trailer, I don't believe it. I don't trust James Gunn. I need to see the vision first. That's why I said Elon ruined Twitter. Yeah, the worst thing that happened to Twitter was ability to make money off of tweets, people farming just impressions and shit like that. Top-notch graphics, where? Yeah, we don't care. Let's get on the game. I'm playing Call of Duty. Let me use the bathroom real quick. Actually, I need to feed my dog too. And then we're gonna hop on the game. Shout out to the damn, we almost got 1,000 people in here. Share the stream. Also repost my Blue Sky. Follow me on Blue Sky. I'm gonna use the bathroom and feed my dog, and then we're gonna play the game.